Hi, this is Juhana Heinonen of the Finnish melodic death metal band Rearmed, and you are listening to the Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Juhana, thank you very much for taking time out for this interview, and I want to welcome you to the Metal Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Thank you.
Juhana, it's so great to have you here, but
Thank you.
For all of the fans out there whom like to get to know you much better, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Jouni Matilainen and I play bass and do the backing vocals to the band Rearmed and also to the band Enragement and other projects also.
So you born in Finland, in which part? When did you start doing music?
I was born in Turku, but I have lived most of my time in Uusimaa. It was probably at the age of 7, I probably think. But playing in a band, it was about 2001 or 2002. So almost 20 years. Yeah, probably my first instrument was the harmonica, or how Finnish people say hanuri, and 2 years of that. But after we moved from Turku to Kirkkonummi, I started playing guitar and bass, and things got rolling after that. So I've played probably 18 years of bass.
Okay, very great. Talking about Turku, I had this great opportunity to go to Turku. That was for a day or two. I can't remember. After we spent 3 or 4 days enjoying the Tuska Open Air there in Helsinki. That was back in 2017. And I really had a great time spending a couple days in Turku. What a beautiful place, Juhana.
Yeah, it is. Definitely once in a time of the summer you have to visit Turku. Yeah, in my opinion. Yeah. But everyone does what they want to do.
Okay, continue with this interview. Rearmed is a melodic death metal band from Kerava, Finland, formed in 2001 when 5 guys decided to start playing music like so-called Gothenburg metal. What is now better known as melodic death metal. Their music style was evolved along with many critical acclaim demo tapes, gigs, lineups, changes, and well-received debut album Worldwide Hypnotize, which appeared internationally via German Massacre Records in 2012, followed by the second album, Rottendam, that was released in January 2014 via German's Eternal Sound Records, including lineup changes, leaving vocalist Jouni Matilainen as the only current founding member. Juhana, the band has toured Europe along with American bands like Chimaira, Suffocation, Origin, Decapitation, and Canadian death metalers Cryptopsy. In the same year, the group made their first outdoor appearance in the United Kingdom Bloodstock Open Air Metal Music Festival. Juhana, you joined the band in 2014 as the band new bassist. Did you have contact already with the band before? How was the arrangement for you joining the band's been?
Yeah, I actually heard about the band in 2012 and saw some posts of their record release show in 2012 just before going on tour with Chimaira, and that was something stuck on my head. Okay, cool, a Finnish band touring with Chimaira. Okay, cool, and they had a lot of groove and a lot of death thrash things that I was like, yeah, sounds awesome. And 2013, I saw that they're searching first a guitar player. I was like, damn, some guitar players should start get some sessions on that wheel. And actually, from 2013, no, it was 2014. Yeah, they searched for a bass player. I auditioned, although at that time I didn't live near Kerava. I actually lived in Seinäjoki, but still I wanted to audition myself, and it went well. And in the fall of 2014, I got joined in the band, and I had like 2 other bands at the same time, but I just felt like this, like they had this modern death metal type of genre that spoke to me more, because I'm more into this death metal stuff than the other guys in the band. But a lot of things happened after when I joined the band.
Okay, but we're gonna leave it so far because we just started this interview please do not reveal so much as yet.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind, Juhana, could you please present us the current band lineup, please?
Yeah, so the current lineup that is now 2020. We have Allan Välimaa, guitars, Jouni Matilainen, lead vocals, Iiro Karjalainen, drums, and Oskari Niakka, guitars and backup vocals, and me, myself, bass and backup vocals. Yeah.
In 2015, the new lineup is in order faster than expected. Self-release EP, The Total Lack of Communication, was released in August 2015, and the band toured in Finland, Baltics, and China to support the release. I mean, I saw this video when you guys went to these places. I saw a couple shots that you guys recorded of this trip. How has everything gone with these trips, Juhana?
Yeah, so you saw a video where everything happened. So yeah, that was actually something to sum up the 2015 year pretty nicely. So at the time we had the guitar players Mika Heinonen and Jussi Venäläinen, and the beginning of 2015 we had 2 Baltic tours, and some crazy parts was filmed on those tours, and we recorded at the end of spring Total Lack of Communication EP, and we did some shows in the last parts of summer. We did some shows in Finland, and also a show in Beermageddon, which was in England. And after that, we went do some more gigs in Finland, and after that, we went to China for 3 weeks. And it was, nice EP promotion tour. So in that EP, we had only 3 songs, but we did like probably almost 30 shows that year. And just week after the China tour, we got to play in Tavastia with the mighty metal band Diablo of Finland. Sold out show, and it was really, I think everyone had just really 3 weeks of China jet lag or something like that after that. But the show was really killer, but
But like you said, at the time you only had like 3 songs from that EP, The Total Lack of Communication, but guys was combining them together with the 2012 album Worldwide Hypnotize and the Rottendam music, right? Your set list.
Yeah. We had like these old songs, but the EP was a good thing because it had a different vibe and different lineup, and it was like just give a taste for the upcoming release.
Okay, the band released their 3rd album, The Era of Ricochet, in September 2016 via Finnish Saarni Record. United Kingdom's well-known web scene No Clean Signing interviewed the band and wanted to know more about the album theme. The album, the band's most acclaimed release so far, then, according to Metal Rules webzine, within 2016 and 2017, rearmed tour first time in Japan with famous Finnish melodic death metal band Insomnium, and in Spain with German treasures Dust Bowl to promote the album. Wow, I must say, how was that experience, Juhana? I mean, touring with this great band that I love so much, Insomnium. I saw them at different festivals, including Tuska 2017 in Finland. And how was the band received by the Japanese fans? And recently, how was the trip in Spain?
First off, we released Era of Precarity, and people took it really well, and we were really stoked about it. Did Finnish shows, and in the fall of when we released Era of Precarity, we went to Spain with Dust Bowl. That was a really awesome tour in Spain, and hopefully again sometime. And 2017, there was a lineup change. The guitar player wanted to leave. He had his own things. So we tried to find another session guitar player. So then in 2017 came Oskari Niakka, who was like a session guitar player, but we already know that Japan tour is coming with Insomnium in this Suomi Metal Feast kind of thing, which had also with Insomnium, there was Brimir, a great extreme metal band, Whisper Red, great extreme band also, and the Dark Floods also, and also Ares, which was, I think it's from Taiwan or some Asian part. 3 gigs was like amazing in Japan. I mean, we did Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo. I mean, the all shows was just full packed. We had a great time, but it had those rock and roll moments that, for example, us and Dark Flows went to this wagon to go from Osaka to Tokyo, but it burned down the bus wagon on the way to Tokyo. Yeah. So we spent the whole night out, and instead of going to the hotel on the same ice, we went to karaoke bar and stayed all night and went to the sound check. And I remember so many people start just sleeping, but I was a sport, and just after the gig, I just went like 1 hour straight to sleep and woke again. So it was like this, no sleep. But
as long as you're enjoying it, that's good.
and we had a lot of humor there, like we always do, and that helps really much. But the shows were like so awesome. You get the adrenaline from the Japan fans, and we really hope to come to Japan someday, definitely again, because the audience was just amazing.
Even though both bands are coming from Finland, was this your first trip, your first time sharing stage with Insomnium?
Yeah. Yes. And to correct my words, we did shows in Osaka and Tokyo. We did 2 shows in Tokyo, but Insomnium did only those 2 shows and continued their own tour. So they just came and played and slayed.
And have you guys met with Insomnium now lately in Finland?
For myself, I haven't seen the shows, but we have seen some shows that Insomnium guitar player, when Markus Vanhala plays also in Omnium Gathrum, I've seen the shows of Omnium Gathrum like one time last year.
Yeah. If you get to see them, please say hello to Nilo and the rest of the band for me.
Yeah, definitely. If I got the chance. Yeah.
What a great album is from 2019. One of the best album of the year, I must say. This album, Heart Like a Grave. This one from Insomnium. What a great album. Okay, to continue with this interview, okay, in the fall of 2018, after numerous tours and shows on behalf of the third album, The Era of Precarity, Rearmed to release a new single, Built to Last, via Finnish Inverse Record. The single includes symphonic elements, and it's more melody orientated than before. This was just a little taste for what is coming. When I hear this song, I must say, wow, it's so amazing. The sound, it's so amazing, the sound, and it has more dynamics to it. How was this new first sign of the band, new song received by critics and fans?
Really well. And thank you for those words. I think this was actually another new chapter for Rearmed, because Built to Last, before I go on that, to get to this full lineup that we have, and we didn't have Allan. We had the last guitar player Jussi Venäläinen, and we had 2 shows in Oulu and Jyväskylä with this great Finnish metal band called Nikole. And we got the chance to open up for them. So it was in the late fall of 2017, but Jussi forgot his trip to Poland. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh shit, dude, I forgot this. What? How could you forget this, you know? And we need someone to do the session playing again on the same year. So we had 2 session guitar players on the same year. But then things got rolled and thing happened to the next, and we got in touch with this great young talented guitar player Allan Välimaa, and he did the session show so good we wanted to keep him. So, and we asked, can you join the band? And in 2018 we had this thing that we had 3 guitar players. We had Oskari Niakka, Allan Välimaa, and Jussi Venäläinen. So with that idea we started to create this new single, Built to Last, and it just ended up with, actually, if you hear the songs, it's made for 3 guitars. So, and we recorded everything, but in 2018, Jussi said that he wanted to leave. Also, he wanted to do his own thing, go to study or something like that. And it was like, well, we can still manage to do this. Just before we started to do the music video of the Built to Last, we got the message that Jussi wanted to do his own thing, something different. And we were like, yeah, okay, cool. We can still do it. And we started, actually, Built to Last was a great, like a showcase song for people and for Rearmed fans, that we added a lot of symphonic elements on songs also. So it was, like I said, it was the taste what was coming. And everything after that was just building up to this moment, so to say.
Okay, Juhana, on April 13, 2020, the band announced, we are glad to announce that Oskari, Alan, and yourself, Juhana, has handed up endorsement of artists into a Rato team. These new, unique, and professional tools will light our way among the upcoming release, Ignis Eternum. The Axis will be seen in serious action sooner than you might expect. What's this all about? Are you guys happy, satisfied to be part of this great Rato team?
Yeah, first off, abso-fucking-lutely, I gotta say. Terrator, but I use this custom bass, and Oskari and Alan used their own guitars, the Voyager creations. This was something that actually was somehow like in the thinking box for 2 years. Like, should we get a really talented guy who builds guitars to make some guitars and bass for our band? And that just stuck up. And I don't know, for me, Mika Ruotsalainen, who's the head guy of Rato Custom Guitars, he actually contacted me in 2019 fall when I did a bass playthrough video, and I was like, yeah, let's do something and let's see what happens. And one thing goes to the next. Oskari and Alan wanted to also be a part of it. So, and something just happened. I was like, I don't know, should we do it? And like that, I got everything handled. I got everything covered. I have my Spectre bass and I love it. I love it still. But now that I have my custom bass, I couldn't be happier. And so the guys with the guitars, I mean, we're posting a lot, videos, some covers, up to date now, and probably some playthrough videos one day, so people can see these amazing instruments.
For those that don't know, Rato is this guitar brands in Finland?
Yeah, it's handmade in Finland. So definitely go check out ratocustomguitars.fi or rato.fi, because you can see amazing instruments that Mika Ruotsalainen builds. And although he's a great guitar builder and he's really consistently building his own brand and he's really precise what he wants, but he's a really good guy. That helps a lot. And he's a guitar player that builds guitars for guitar players, you know. Yeah, so it works really well. And yeah. And also to add from other bands also in this register of artists, there's Kimmo Hiltonen from S2. And if you check out YouTube, Karri Hänninen, he's a guitar teacher / YouTube trasher, and or from a bass player from Bob Malmström, Karl-Johan Lagenskjöld, and he also from Wolfhearth. Yeah, it's a small company, but it's really amazing.
But Juhana, before we go over to the next question, the last video that you guys did was already using these instruments?
Yes.
Beyond the Horizon.
Beyond the, yes. New single from the album, Ignis Eternum. Yeah, and you can see these beautiful instruments on the video.
You guys heard it. I mean, go take a look of this new video. We're going to talk about this later on, this new video, Beyond the Horizon, not just only for the great video, but to see these axes, these great machines, can I say this, great guitars. Check them out. These guys are playing them on this video. So go take a look at this video for the song Beyond the Horizon. Okay, talking about the songs on the new album, Rearmed new albums, Ignis Eternum, will be released via the Swedish Black Lion record on 5th of June 2020. Juhana, could you please present us the album tracking list for our audience?
Yeah, so Ignis Eternum will be released 5th of June 2020 from Black Lion Records. And just shortly tell, Ignis Eternum is Latin. It means fire forever or eternal fire. But shortly, the first song, Die Within, it's just really blast, like trashy, really great starting song with a lot of melody hooks, and also it presents this new type of sound we are presenting nowadays, and also these new elements that you can hear on the singles, but definitely on the whole album. The next song, Beyond the Horizon, that's like this music video song that we released. It's like huge, epic, it's like really bombastic song. It has this speedy, his really emotional moments, but it's a really huge song and we enjoyed playing it. Ode to Life, it's more heavier, it's more groovier in my opinion, and a lot of straightforward riffs also, but it has some harsh and really great moments on that song. And also, I gotta add that we have a guest guitar player on that also. We have an amazing guitar player called Euge Valovirta, Finnish guitar player, metal guitarist, who did a guest solo on that also. And next song, Eager to Collapse, is really melodic, in my opinion, really radio friendly, but really mid-tempo, but one of my favorite choruses. Like, the main riff is really cool, and the chorus that it has is one of my favorite chorus of the album, and some element that hasn't happened in other the Rearmed songs. In the beginning, you will hear it. And Resistance is more groovier, more sinister, and it has this, if you have heard the song, Rearmed song Unhuman, it has this like low, deep thing going on, and it's really, how to say, more evil, one of the most evil songs in the album. And The Hollow Lights is straightforward, a big song also. It has, in my opinion, some At the Gates, Amon Mouth vibes in it, some Swedish Gothenburg, some type of vibe going on, and a lot of epicness also. Remain Unbounded, that's, in my opinion, the most thrash metal song of the album, and it has a lot of riffs and a lot of like epicness also, and I gotta say, one of my favorites, definitely. Words Left Unsaid, that's the slowest, most brutal song of the album, in my opinion, and also one of the emotionalst whole album. And track number 9, Voyager, that's really mid-tempo, straightforward, but I gotta say that chorus that we have a guest vocalist, Mikko Hell from Kerava, and you gotta hear it. He's really killing it. I was first that will this song ever appear on this new album, but when you hear the end result, it's like, wow. And last song, of course, Built to Last. And you have heard it, and it's just like really just in your face, but we wanted to end the album with really fast, trashy, but also something that has all the elements combining all the album, and the ending was just epic, so epic that it fitted to be the last song also. And there's a music video of that also. From the whole album, I gotta say, we are really stoked about it.
Juhana, I want to thank you very much for describing us the album tracking list. The band stated, despite the dominant states of the world, we are pushing forwards. Ignis Eternum will be released on 5th of June via Black Lion Records. By the way, I'd like to say thanks to Oliver of Black Lion Records for have sending me the album file, and I had this chance to listen to this album. Once again, I love this new sound. If I have to say new sound, I'm comparing it to the 2016 album. Wow, it's so great. My question is, how did you rearm and this Swedish prestige label, Black Lion Records, got together to sign this deal? And is this for only one record, or will there be more coming through this record label?
Well, first, thank you for these words. What do you think about the new album? It was our, let's say, El Capitan of the band, Jouni Matilainen, the singer. He's the guy who does all the most major band stuff. He is the guy, if you want to get the bookings straight to the band, he's the management band contact guy. He was the guy that contacted Oliver, and after that, things got rolling. And we don't know, at least let's go one record at a time. Let's say that. And so far, so good, I could say, about Black Lion Records, and definitely about Oliver. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I've been working for him for 2 years to say the least. And we are working so good together. I had this great honor to interview most of his band so far. And I think we both are happy with the result. And I highly recommend any independent band that are looking for a great label, check Black Lion Records.
Definitely.
Rearmed new album, Ignis Eternum, will deliver everything people have come to love about Finnish metal, big bombastic production with huge sound and epic battle choirs. Please explain to us how had Rearmed and as a band did all the production of this album, and who was responsible for the recording, mixing and master of this album.
The whole album was recorded at the same place as the last album, The Era of Precarity, in Kerava. We recorded it with our friend Harry from UG Studios. He's a great guy, really talented on recording, and we just got so well together on the last album. We wanted to record there also, but this time we wanted to do the mixing and mastering with Juhis Kauppinen from Shed Studios. He has done a lot of stuff with other metal bands in Finland also. Like the Build to Last, that was like what could it sound, because in that Build to Last single, that was the lineup on the recording process of single also. So we recorded with Harry, and it was mixed and mastered with Juhis Kauppinen. And the whole album is so-called produced in Kerava, definitely.
How has you guys as a band done the music, the lyrics? I mean, was somebody only in charge for that, or you has done it in groups?
The music on this new album is done by all of us, but we have the main guys who have wrote the majority of the songs. I mean, there's a lot of like songs from Oskari on this album and also from Alan, and I have my own moments on 2 songs which I have produced for this album. But for the lyrics, the main guy to respond to those is Jouni, but I did for 3 songs the lyrics, and also Alan worked on the lyrical side also. So on this new album has so many new elements. It's not a new chapter even, it's like a new book of the band. So like another step forward, I would say, to compare it on the last album. It has just more different things going on.
That's very good to hear. So every 5 members of the band has given their fair share to produce this great album.
Definitely, yeah. Like it should be. There's so many conversations about what goes and where, and I think the end result just became just what we wanted. But there was a lot of moments we have to like really concentrate and what could fit on the riffs and what could go with the song, and how about we change this, go and there. And I mean, you can actually feel that the last record was released 4 years ago. So it's a lot of practice and training about this song, and I think it was really good thing for us. So there was from really hard moments. There were so many things happening in this 4 years in the band, and you can probably sense it on the new album. Just we wanted to have an impact of these years, but we have felt there were so many things happening inside the band also.
But Juhana, I mean, if I look back, I mean, going back since you had the first single, the first sign of this new sound of the band, talking about this single Built to Last that was in 2018. So you are over 2 years, I mean, trying to get this album done. And on June 5th, 2 years plus after, you will finally see your fruit, what you've been working so hard. Born. And you guys must be happy and excited.
Definitely. Yes, it can't be. It can't be more, because we really want to get here to the whole album, and there's actually a few requests. That's a lot of requests that we're really waiting for to hear the whole album, and I don't know why they shouldn't be waiting for the new album. It really has such many great moments. We hope to get the release, hopefully as smooth as possible.
I have good words for you, because I read a lot of reviews from different zines, web zines, and I've heard all these podcasts from critics talking about this new album, and they were all positive.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Okay, talking about videos for the songs. I mean, I saw videos for a couple older songs, Evolve Cycle and Lullaby of Obedience, both taken from the 2016 album, The Era of Precarity. Very good videos, well done. But talking about videos that the band also released recently on April 17, a video for the song Beyond the Horizon. Would you like to share with us how was the making of that video gone? Where and who made it?
So actually it's ironic that the whole album is about life in general, the positivity, the constant change, and seeing life as in every level. And of course, when we had the guys to film the new music video, there's the one point in life that doesn't work. And let's say that they had to postpone the music video date when everything was already lined to do that day. And they asked, can you do it like a month later? We were like, no. And we were like, what we will gonna do now, because we have to postpone the music video date, and we know what we will do. But fortunately we have the young and talented guitar god of Hyvinkää, Allan Välimaa, because he filmed the whole music video by himself. I mean, and and if you see the end result, we were like jaws open, like, that's okay. And the whole music video on that cold Finnish winter day in Kerava was filmed on the same day. And it was like, it was really cold that day in Kerava. And we have found this great place, old building that was actually going to be destroyed, but we got the chance to film the music video there, and everything went really well. And I got actually my beauty new bass in the same day. So just before going to the video shoots, I had to drive to Espoo and get my new bass, and I was like, God damn it, this is good.
Rato, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rato. Thank you, Mika. And the whole process was really good. That was the teamwork that really was involved on that day. Everything went really well. Without teamwork, that it would have been really awful. And the song itself is about teamwork in this current situation that we're living. We have to think about our reactions and see it beyond the horizon. And because we're all living in some shitty same situation, the whole world right now.
I was thinking the title of the album of 2016, The Era of the Precarity, match what we are living now.
Yeah, that's true also. That we have to, but also the Beyond the Horizon is the same almost, but in different kind of ideology, if you think about it. So it's, because Era of Precarity is like, this is, how to say, the theme of that album is really different from the other one, because this whole album is about positivity, and the last album was not about positivity. Let's say about that, but I understand.
But I mean, talking about all these coffee things and all these bad things that are going around, I mean, among shows that are already canceled or been postponed, like Baltic Beer Bash. And yes, now talking to you right now, I must add to this interview that Stonehenge, this great festival from Holland, has already announced their cancellation, as Wacken did, Rock im Ring. All these great festivals, summer festivals, are cancelling. Yes, will there be an album release party show at some point of time, Juhana?
Well, in Finland, every restaurant and bar actually is forced to be closed at the end of May. So we are releasing our album the 5th of June, and also we have the record release show on that day in Helsinki, Lepakkomies, but we will see what happens. Do we have to postpone it or not?
But how about the law, in Finland, about so many people, getting together?
Yeah, that's the problem. And
you cannot say anything about that yet, if it will happen or not.
We have, the date and the place to do it, and some support bands also, but we can not know if it will happen. But
let's say, should it happen? When will be the date? You said the 5th, the same day as the album will be released, but when, where, and whom else will be playing that night?
Yeah, so 5th of June will be released, and the release show will be 5th of June. At this moment, we know that we could play in Helsinki, Lepakkomies, a legendary punk rock underground place. If you go to Finland, go check it out. And it's near to Tuska, actually. That's not far away. But we have some bands. We haven't actually published it yet. But if it works, we will have, on the same show, we will have Pahanikoni, which is a Finnish singing thrash metal band. Great band. And also a really great thrash metal band called Nuclear Omnicide. And that's like really great thrash metal band. Actually, the Dust Bowl guys from Germany, they actually know their Omnicide also. So shout out to them. Also to our so-called touring newest, I would say newest or oldest, but our good touring buddies from Tampere, Black Royal. Sludge/doom metal. They actually released a new album this year's February. That's really killer record. If you haven't checked it, go check it out. Black Royal, yeah. Fire Bride.
Check it out. Horns up, Black Royal.
Yeah.
Okay. But Juhana, what other shows will the band be playing at in support of this great album, Ignis Eternum? What's left for the rest of 2020?
The only ad if this record release show happens and the bars and the clubs can be opened. We all have the next day a show in Seinäjoki, Bar 15. But after that, we don't know yet. We will try to get tours and try to get shows. And of course,
I'm talking about now for more at the end of the year now. I think it's going to be normal, like October, November, December.
Yeah, so if everything is get normal, we have to postpone this tour with Black Royal, which would be this beer bash tour with these guys. But we postpone probably in October or some late this year. We will try to get that tour done, and that's something we are trying to now schedule. And let's see if there's some shows in Finland also, but we'll check out. Of course, we want to go into the Baltics and probably in China, and because China was really cool, and also definitely in Japan, but we'll see what happens. We don't know yet.
How about South America, North America?
North America, definitely, because North America is amazing place. That's like a dream come true if you get there. But all the scheduling and everything between that, it will take time. But if we get a chance, we will do it. South America, we were actually few times considering doing few shows in South America, in Brazil, and do some shows, but at that moment it didn't work. We had some schedule difficulties or something like that, but we did sometimes think about going to South America because we were invited there, and it was like some things didn't go right way, but we will see what happens. Hopefully we will get there. And we had this one year offer to do a tour with the great death metal Swedish band Grave, but it didn't somehow work out because we had our own schedule and some record things going on that year or something like that. But if it happens, we will definitely consider it.
Okay, to continue, yes, with the last part of this interview, Juhana, I want to thank you very much to have made this interview possible. I want to hand you over the microphone of Madam Messiah Radio for you to invite all your friends or your fans to support the band, to buy the band's earlier albums, and to buy this great new masterpiece, Ignis Eternum. But yes, before we leave, Juhana, I still have 3 questions left. First of all, who did the album cover artwork? Secondly, in how many formats will this album be available? And for the last, how about merchandises?
Okay, so the design of this great new album, great artwork, is Romulo Diaz, designer, but we have this booking agency, Kamos agency. He did all the layouts and the inner pictures of the album, and the merchandise definitely will come, and there will be CD and probably vinyl options coming also, and we will see what we will come up with if there's something other things coming also. But merchandise, yeah, there will be come new merchandises. We will try to get that, but you can get that from official website. And compared to the other albums, this has a lot of more melodies, a lot of more symphonic, and just some more everything, so to say.
Yeah, I love now all these new ingredients, if I say so, have to say so, compared to the other albums.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, man. And I gotta say, it's an album people should check out, definitely.
Okay, Juhana, the microphone of Madam Messiah Radio is all yours to, yes, invite everybody to buy this great album. But besides that, to thanks whoever you want to thank now.
Well, we want to thank Oliver from Black Riot Records. And we wanted to thank you, Jacobo, for doing this interview. And we want to thank all our fans who have supported us and bought our music and come to the show. We also like people to check out this amazing channel, this Metal Messiah Radio. It's really metal.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Juhana, please say hello to the rest of the band members for me, for Liro, for Jouni, for Oskari and Alan.
I will.
Yes. Once again, thank you very much, Juhana, and I wish you guys all the best for the band, all the best with this great upcoming masterpiece, Ignis Eternum.
Thank you.
And to you out there listening to this show, to this interview, I highly recommend this great new album. I had this great honor to listen to this whole album, thanks to Juhana, thanks to the band Rearmed, and thanks to Oliver of Black Lion Records. And I really enjoyed this album. It's so catchy. It has all different elements that you want to hear. It has more dynamics to the other albums. You're going to fall in love. You're going to fall in love when you hear this album. And this album, you must have this album in your collection. So go there, buy this album, either online.
Support the band.
Support this
metal.
Rearmed. Okay, like I always say, metal on. Bye-bye.
Metal on.
Go!